Good morning, this is Robin Bieber on the product spread talk on the 16th of July at 7:50 in the morning, London time. The chart in front of us is all except gas oil, more of that in a minute. All the structure, or rather all, both gas oil, heating oil and RBOB are all developing a little bit of upside. More work is needed yet. They're very similar to the flat price here. The flat price is threatening to take out resistance, but it hasn't done it yet. And the structure is showing a little bit of a lack of enthusiasm or confidence, but it is developing some upside. It's recovered well from yesterday's lows where it looked rather poor as the flat price tested support and then took off. Now, the first chart we look at is all except gas oil. It's fine whilst it stays over the minus 275 level. If it stays over 275, it should make its way back to minus 150. If it fails at the 275, look for a dollar dip down to the 21-day between minus 350 and 375. It's in reasonable shape. It's trying to gently push higher, but needs some more momentum. Moving over resistance on flat price might provide that. The SpreadTalk is fine whilst it's over 750. It looks like it's going to push up to minus 675, but it needs a move and close over 675 to really give it some momentum higher to the minus 3 level. It must not move and close below minus 8.25, otherwise we'll have a rerun to yesterday's lows. And the red deck, it's fine so long as it stays over the 5-day at minus 29.25. If it dipped below there, then don't be surprised by a move back to, say, minus 31.25, the 34-day moving average. And it needs to move and close over minus 27.50, the 13 and 21-day moving averages, to give it another chance at 24. This could easily occur if the flat price takes off, but right now it's stuck between the 13 and 21-day moving averages around resistance around about minus 27.50, and the 5-day moving average initial support around 29.25. It needs some confidence at the moment, but it's sniffing higher numbers. Now moving on to heating oil. And we look at all except heating oil. All except heating oil is fine whilst it holds over minus 128, the 5 and 8-day moving averages. If it does that, there's a very good chance of it running slowly back up to minus 73. A failure to hold the 5 and 8s would probably have us 20 points lower at the 13-day. And there's no real downside unless it were to close below minus 160, this correction point here, and the 21-day moving average. The stochastic is wavering a little bit. If we look at the SpreadTalk, it's got resistance at minus 384. It needs to move over here to give us a target to minus 326. It looks like putting the 384 level under serious pressure this morning, and it's fine whilst it holds over the 5 and 8s around minus 407 area. Were it to dip below there, then I think you'd get a slight more dip down to the minus 432, the 13-day. In essence, it's fine whilst minus 464 holds, which is held on the previous 2 days. It's trying to develop some upside by its stochastic moving positive, which it hasn't. It's only just done now. And the red deck on heating oil is a bit stuck. It needs to get over the minus 1025 level to give it a chance of moving up to 848. It has no downside whilst it holds the 1135 area. It's got some resistance above. This might be a bit of a big ask to get it over 1025, but it's trying this morning. And as I say, there's no downside whilst the minus 1135 holds. And this will very much move with flat price. So watch the flat price and the action at the resistance carefully there today. All except RBOB is fine, but it needs more momentum. It needs to get over the 5-day moving average at 228 to give it some upside to around about 300. It must not move and close below the 13-day at 191. Otherwise, it will slide to 160, the 21-day likely. And only a move and close below 160 would really put this on the back foot. Still got a negative stochastic. This is still a toppy area where care is required because the next leg is not 100% clear. And on the SpreadTalk, it's holding around about the 34-day at 1121. This must hold or it dips back to the 1008. That level must not be closed below, and it's held before on a spiky dip. Only a move and close back over the 8-day at 1177 would give it some upside to 1258. It's a little bit stuck and lacking momentum, this SpreadTalk. Treat it with care. The red deck is bracketed by the 21-day resistance at minus 202 and the 34-day support at 284. No targets yet. it's not really developing momentum yet, and it needs to get some to the upside, i.e. get over the 21-day at minus 202 to have some serious upside momentum. That isn't there, nor has it got downside momentum while it holds the 34-day at minus 284. It's bracketed by the 34-day support at minus 284 and the 21-day moving average resistance at minus 202, and it's ebbing and flowing very much between these two. No targets either way until it can make up its mind. It's got a negative stochastic. It's pretty neutral. That's all for today, folks. Good luck, good trading, and bon appetit.